Hi Gary, we're working on this problem. Find the amount of the future value of this ordinary annuity rounded to the nearest cent. My guess is your answer is off because you did some rounding before the final part of the answer, but I'll show you how I did it. So remember that we're going to use a formula. Don't worry about those numbers at the top. The formula is S equals R times all that stuff. Okay, so we got to figure out what I, N, and R are. I've got my daughter's my camera girl, so she's going to help show how we do that. So the first thing we got to do is figure out what I is. To figure out what I is, we take the interest rate, 3.5%, convert that to a decimal, so that's going to be 0.035, and then divide that by the number of times it is compounded over a given period. Since this is compounded weekly, that's 52 times a year. So our I looks like that, 6.7307 blah 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 times e to the negative fourth. What I'm going to do with my calculator here is I'm just going to use what's already in there. So I'm not going to round that number off yet. I'm just going to use it, leave it in the calculator like that. So my formula is that I've got I. Now what I'm going to have to do is add I plus 1 in that formula. R is equal to 1, times S is equal to R times 1 plus I raised to the n minus 1 divided by I. So what I'm going to do is add 1 to the R. So make sure you get the, So just hit plus 1 here. My calculator automatically takes the previous answer and does that. So I got 1.000673077. Now I'm going to raise that number to the n, which is the number of times that it's going to be compounded weekly. Well, it says it's over a period of 9.5 years. So what that is going to be is, well, 9 years would be 52 times 9. Then another half a year, 26. Well, what I'm just going to do is in my calculator, take this and raise it to the 52 times 9.5. That's going to give me the total number of times that this thing is going to be compounded. 9.5 years, 52 over 52 weeks. 52 weeks for 9.5 years. And that gives me this number, 1.3942994. Again, this is already saved in my calculator, so I don't have to input it every time. Now I'm going to subtract 1 from that number. My formula says to subtract 1 from that number, so I'm going to do that. No, you don't have to move it. You're good. So I'll say minus 1. Okay, good. Now I'm going to take this number and divide it by I, which was, well, this ugly number up there, but I can easily get that again just by saying divide it by I, and the way we found I was 0.035, divide by 52. There you go. And now I got to multiply by R, which is the original amount you put in every time, 100. So you get 5850 and that's going to be 0.81, and that's the final answer. Probably you got that yours was off because of rounding. That's how you do that.